Oh, dearie me. Shall I message Neil and say we're having technical issues? I'll keep you posted. That's not going to work, is it? It's not going to work. Oh, that's the problem. He's outside. You absolute twat. Look at your view.
I'm just at work, mate.
You prick.
Hey,
Well,
how's
here's to you anyway,
how's
you
England?
pill, you bastard.
Cheers. Have a guada on me.
I was going to say, what's it like out there? But I don't want to know. You shit house.
It's all right, mate. Actually, as it goes.
My
Hold
God.
on one sec. Hold on.
I don't expect you to be floating around your pool.
Let me get out and we'll do this podcast properly. We'll do a proper beginning. Let me just put my beer down.
It's like the worst Bond speed ever.
Oh, dear me.
Oh, God.
Right, well, I suppose we should do a podcast, shouldn't we?
Oh, sorry about that, mate. Just got to make sure the pool's like nice and clean and everything's okay, you know, and it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, I know, it must be tough. It must be tough. You don't even dried your hair.
I'm sorry. Well, you know, you just got to... It dries in the sun out here, mate. It's not like back home.
You sack of shit. Anyway, cheers.
I'm not even still wearing my trunks. Cheers. Cheers.
Nice one.
Me guarda beer. Yeah.
Oh, it does taste nice. I had your view and my beer. It works.
Oh, really? It's you've soaked it in, did you?
Oh man, it looks amazing. How is it?
I'd be lucky to be here anyway, obviously, but you know, coming straight from lockdown to here is absolutely just, I feel like the luckiest person in the world. I mean, obviously they're taking it very seriously, the production company, but like double seriously. When I had a costume fitting, it was all mask, full PPE, mask, visor thing. Not for me, obviously, because I have to keep taking it off every time I was putting the costume on, but they weren't allowed anywhere near me and all that kind of thing. We're quarantining for 14 days after we arrive here. So,
you can't leave your villa?
Well, if we see each other or we have to be like in the same area, we have to be 2 meters apart wearing a mask.
Right. What was it like on the plane? That was what I was thinking about. Did you have to wear a mask?
Yeah, the whole time. Everyone on the plane had to wear a mask all the time.
For how long?
Wow, what was it? A 9-hour flight here?
That's horrendous.
Yeah,
I don't like I'm on for 10 minutes.
And in the airport. So from the moment you walk into Heathrow, you have a mask on all the way through the airport the entire time. So I had a mask on for about 13 hours straight. But I mean, it's not nice, but you get used to it. And do you know the worst thing for me is it sort of rubs behind the ears a little bit. I don't like it because me big old lugs.
Do you know what I always think about? Imagine if you're one of them people that have got proper stink shit breath and you've got to live with your own breath for 10 hours on a plane.
I feel like maybe you should have to. Maybe it's better for everyone. And actually, there might be a life lesson in there for you. Go to the dentist. Go to the fucking dentist. Try a chewing gum. Why am I putting up with this shit?
Do you imagine all the people who've got that rotten breath and now they're going, oh my God, it stinks. Like, yeah, that's what we've had to put with.
Here's a question for you, right? I've always felt like it's one of the hardest things. If you've got a mate, like a really, really close friend, and they've got like really stinky, awful, horrendous face melty breath, is it the right thing to tell them as a friend, or do you just kind of hope they figure it out on their own because you don't want to hurt their feelings? Put it this way, would you want me to ever be like, well, listen, take you aside and go, listen, between you and me, your breath is melting people's faces off like the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
But do you know what? I've known you long enough that I think if I say, Ralph, what have you been eating? Your breath stinks. I would say that.
As tactfully as that. Did you like my version was, mate, just let me take you aside and have a quick word. You're like, mate, fucking hell, your breath stinks.
Yeah, but I think that's more real. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's like you've got a medical problem here when you take me to one side. Whenever just go, if I say you've ate something, you blame it on the food rather than you just go, like halitosis.
Rancid God.
It's the same as, I think it depends on whether you know, how well you know the people, whether you can address it. And also, have you ever noticed people with really shit breath, they've got really bad spatial awareness. They lean in.
Yeah, they're right in your dish. They're right in your dish. Honestly, it's like, can you hear me? It's like, not only can I hear you, but there are senses I didn't know that I had that can tell what you're saying from the smell.
Oh my God. And also, it's the same with you if you've ever had a friend who's got bad BO, right? Or if you had someone who's got bad BO, right? And there's a tactful way of doing it, but sometimes it doesn't always work, because I've done it with people.
What's your way of doing it then?
Well,
mate, you fucking stink.
No, what I did is I went and got some deodorant, and I pretended it was me a bit, and I went, do you know what, I'm getting a bit hot here. I'll put some deodorant on. So I put it on myself, and I went, yeah, mate. He went, no, I'm all right.
Mate, same story. Same story, right? I went on this, I don't know how to tell the story without dropping him. So I was on a holiday, and it was like a bit of a lad's holiday years and years and years ago. But it was like a few like groups of mates, and one person always knew somebody else, but everybody didn't know each other, right? So somebody came along and he said, "Oh, can my next door neighbour come?" And this was like an older fella. Oh yeah, sure, why not? And he comes along, and everyone's really sounding, but he has that breath that from 6 feet away, it's like, oh wow, it's like I feel like it's etching like a tattoo onto my face, right? Ugh. And he goes, "Oh mate," and we were all like, "Are we going to say something or what?" So anyway. Wake up the next morning, we're all kind of in a villa, like, wake up the next morning, and I'm like, hey, guys, I got loads of chewing gum, a huge, like, really strong pack of big pack of strong chewing gum. Jim, do you want some? He's like, yeah, I'll take one, please, mate. Carl, do you want? Yeah, I'll take one, please. Pete, do you want some? Yeah, I'll take one, please. We went around 14 of us, and we went, John, do you want some, mate? And he went, ah, you're all right, James. And all the rest of us were like, oh, God. Why is he not taking it? Don't like chewing gum. Don't like no shit. God, he's allergic to mint. It fucking melts if
you should have just got him a load of Pernod.
Wizard of Oz. Mate.
Listen, I wanted to speak to you today.
Yeah, so anyway, I would want you to tell me.
Yeah, I would tell you. I'm a mate. You're a mate.
And you'd want me to tell you. Okay.
Yeah, hopefully it'll never happen. But yeah, I think.
No. Yeah.
Well, no, today's a bit... I've got a guest today, and it's someone you know, Neil Henry, is going to come on and chat to us. Now, you know Neil, don't you?
Neil from the old days, from the 2 Pints days.
Yes, Neil Henry. Now, he's become massively successful now online. You know, he's got 1.3 million followers on Instagram.
So we should say how we know Neil.
Yeah, well, I'm going to speak to Neil, and Neil's going to dial in a bit, and he'll be on as a guest. But me and you've known Neil since the 2 Pints days. He used to live with Sheridan Smith. They used to share a house together. And Neil used to do magic.
But
and he used to... Well, he still does do magic. He's amazing at it. He goes around the world doing it now. And he went on Britain's Got Talent and stuff, and he did well on that. And he's done really well. And because I've known him for so long, I've been watching the stuff he's been doing on Instagram and YouTube and stuff, and he's getting massive traction. He's going around the world doing it. He's making people smile.
Well, he's a huge Instagram star now, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's doing really well.
He's got something like 1 million something odd followers.
1.3 million, yeah.
So it's amazing for me. I haven't seen him since the 2 Pints days, because he was friends with Sheridan. So he used to come to a lot of the recordings, and we just got to know him like via that, right? And then you pointed, you said, have you seen how well Neil's doing? I was like, what, Neil from all those years ago? And he's now this huge Instagram influencer, and he's incredibly famous if you're on Instagram and if you follow that world. So yeah, I think it'd be great to talk to you.
Oh, Neil, I can't hear you. Neil's here. I can't hear you.
Neil's here. Neil's just love that.
I can't hear
Get
you.
your audio sorted, Neil.
We can't hear you.
Neil, where are you?
Wait, we can't hear you.
I thought you were now.
Yeah, you're very quiet. Turn it up.
What? Turn me?
Oh, there you are.
Yes,
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Neil, what's happening, pal?
Yeah, good. Just actually probably more busy in this lockdown than I was before.
Well, yeah, I think that's the one thing about this lockdown for what you do, because you shoot a lot of your stuff. Because I sort of... Me and Ralph was talking about you just before you came on, just so the audience could hear a little bit of history that we've known you since the 2 Pints days. You used to live with Sheridan, and obviously you've done magic for as long as I've known you, and it's just I'm just dead chuffed at how well and everything's happened for you. I know it's been a long time in the process, but this lockdown, I think has probably helped you in a way to express yourself and show people what you do.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Thank you. That's really cool, man. Thank you. One thing that it has done is, a lot of the videos I've been normally doing is out, on the unsuspecting public. But one thing that obviously I can't do that now.
No.
but it's given me a chance to make a lot of videos with my wife, and I love doing that. I love doing that. We have so much
pranking her.
Yeah, not that kind of video. Ralph.
No, I said pranking.
Oh,
pranking.
right.
Yeah.
You're not here pranking.
No, right. So did you not hear that?
Yeah. Technical difficulties coming from Guadalupe there.
I remember one of my favorite memories. One of my favorite memories of any magic that I've ever done ever. So for those who were watching who don't know, when these guys did their 2 pints after the show, they'd have a little party for their cast and their crew in the BBC Centre, and it's normally in the same room, and they'd have all the beers laid out for them.
The green room,
They'd have all the stuff and all the sweet. Anyway, and so I always used to be there. I was such a little fanboy, and I loved it. Loved the show. Came there afterwards, and always it was normally you, Ralph. Would say, right, Neil, it's magic time. Neil's magic time. Come on.
I'm a bit gutted that you said that, because as you were saying it before, I was thinking, I feel like we did used to treat you a little bit like a sort of performing slave boy.
Mate,
just come here, Neil, get here, perform. I know.
Like stringing me up over the fire just to entertain the guests.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
I loved it.
Can I just say, so I remember all those times doing 2 pints, you coming down to a lot of the things because you were a friend of Sheridan's and then became a friend of ours and a friend of the show. And so you were often coming to support us and hang out with us after recordings. And then we'd go out at night and whatever. But, then 2 pints finished. And in what year did it finish, Will? 2000.
Why are you asking me like I know dates and times?
Because you were in it. Do you remember how you were in it? Okay, so I finished at sort of maybe 7. So anyway, 13 years have gone past since then, and Instagram's a big thing. Twitter's a big thing. I've been very vocal on Twitter. I've only really just sort of started out on Instagram, and this name pops up. In fact, funnily enough, 2 friends of mine, Paul Wood. And you, Neil Henry, who I sort of haven't seen for years, but know for years, you're both huge Instagram stars. You've got 1.3 million followers. Paul Wood, Woody and Klein.
Oh, dude, I love them. I love them. Yeah.
Well, they're old mates as well. This is what I mean. I don't know why all my old mates who I know from back in the day are now huge Instagram stars, and I've only got 30,000 followers. I'm livid. But I've only just started, to be fair.
Yeah,
but
livid. Look where you are, mate. We're all
it's really not worked out for me here in the Caribbean. Yeah. But
dickhead.
I guess my question is,
this is Woody and Clanny's brand.
Yes, let us create. Yeah, exactly. So I guess what I'm asking is, what the hell's happened in the last 13 years? How did you, you were always a very talented magician and a performer, but there's obviously a massive journey. Can you summarize what happened in the last 13 years to get you to where you are now?
Okay. It was massive. I guess back then I was an actor, as you know, and I was doing magic shows, private magic shows and stuff. And I guess I kind of got to an age and I just went, do you know what? I'm not where I want to be. And this hasn't worked out. I was doing all right as an actor, not well, but every time I would do like a TV something or a comedy something, I'd always be shitting myself that I was shit, and I was questioning myself. Oh, am I shit? And then
that also never goes away.
That's got insecurity as an actor. We all have it.
That's my life you're describing.
One day they're going to find out I'm shit. I don't know. I've got away with it for so long.
When are they going to notice? Yeah.
But I just wanted it to go away. Anyway, I found that doing magic, and then when I found this journey of doing this, which I'll explain in a sec, I kind of didn't feel that. You get haters, of course you do. When you have a lot of followers, you do get a lot of haters.
Yeah.
But you learn just to ignore them, forget it. It's just keyboard warriors, isn't it? But so long as I'm not hating myself, which I was then. I mean, not to a suicidal way or anything, but it's not to a self-detrimental way. Now I'm really happy. So look, how it happened. I guess the first viral video I got was when I proposed to my wife. It was when I ate some alphabet spaghetti, and I got her on stage at the end of a magic show I was doing at Edinburgh Festival, and I regurgitated the letters in alphabet spaghetti. Will you marry me? And my agent filmed it, and he put it online. I didn't know. And he put it online. And within an hour afterwards, after the show, I bought the whole audience champagne. So we all went to the thing and had champagne there. And then we had newspapers and stuff, and they were coming, and I was like, what the fuck?
Really?
And I suddenly realized this thing had gone viral on YouTube.
Really?
It's my proposal.
Right.
And
Wow.
and so from that, and I kind of got interested in that whole side of it from that. And then I used to remember I used to have that magic shop which sold pranks in Covent Garden.
In Covent Garden.
Yeah. So I've always been interested in that. And then I made this prank with a friend of mine. You may have seen it. It blew up on the internet. It was just with a snake, with a fake snake.
Oh, I've seen it, loads of them, yeah.
And it springs open. And I just made this video, and it got like 250 million views.
Wow.
Like in a few days. It went mental.
Wow.
And from that, it grew my Facebook, and then which then has in turn grew the Instagram. And I've just loved making magic and prank videos, and now it's turned into a career, and I love it. And,
but do you think there was there I mean, because you did Britain's Got Talent, right?
Yeah, I did that. I just sicked up those alphabet spaghettis on Alicia, although I didn't ask her to marry me, but I did.
Yeah, you just threw up on Alicia.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, the one you didn't win.
I took the piss out of her trousers and they cut it out. I was gutted.
What was the experience like of Britain's Got Talent? Because for people who watch the show and don't know the process, and as much as you can say, obviously, what was the process? What was it like?
I'll say absolutely everything.
Go tell us. Tell us.
Okay, so ever since the very first Britain's Got Talent, they were asking me to come on it.
Really?
Through my agent or through to me personally, they had like scouts, and that's nothing special about me. All entertainers, like magicians.
Yeah, they cast the net.
They go out and they try and get everyone. And I was always like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do Britain's Got Talent. That's too low, all that. And then I suddenly realized, when did I do that? 3 years ago or something? I suddenly realized that the reason why I'm saying no is not because of any good reason. It's only because I am shitting myself and I'm too scared to go on it. Yeah. And when I realized
fear of failure. Or looking bad, or
fear of failure on the biggest TV show in the world.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, the point of that show is to be judged for what you do, right? And I guess that's kind of half the reason why I got out of the acting world, because, because of the whole judging thing. I just want to enjoy what I do. Anyway, as soon as I realized I'm just saying no because I'm scared, I kind of realized I've got to say yes, haven't I? So I did say yes, and I invented this spaghetti routine. I thought, well, look, that's original enough. Even if I just do one round, I'm proud of that routine. I know what I'm doing. I'd performed it thousands of times up in Edinburgh and stuff. I thought, right, I'll just do it. Well, that day is terrifying. They get you there. You are literally a little lamb to the slaughter in that place. Everyone's really nice. The whole production team are really lovely, but there are hundreds of you, and they just shift you in, and you'll be moved around. And I got up stupid o'clock, and I was there all day long with my pregnant wife at the time, I haven't got a different wife.
I was going to say, wait, have you now got a different wife who's also pregnant? Yeah. I remember that's my pregnant ex-girlfriend, not a pregnant current girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I'm planning a pregnant future girlfriend. Yeah.
So there was that, and then just before you go on stage, now I know Ant and Dec anyway because I've done a show for them before.
Well, you done a magic show for them? Yeah,
for Ant and Dec. Well, through Claire, she actually got.
Oh yes, Claire Bookfield.
That's right, and so we did a little private show for them. So I did know them. I kind of and they'd come to see me in a show that I did ages ago called New Boy, a play. So I knew them, not brilliantly, but that's quite nice. Just before you go on, you are literally in their hands. On stage left, it's just those two, and someone there just saying, "Okay, go," stage manager, or whatever. And they're just and Ant and Dec just make you so calm. They're so cool and just so real. And they just basically went, "Oh fuck it, it doesn't matter. And I was like, you're right.
Enjoy.
It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter at all. And
So how did it go, Neil? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the thing. How did it go? Like, was it a success?
Yeah. I got 4 yeses. They all said, really, Simon Cowell said, you make me believe in real magic. And, got great comments, but I didn't get, I got the 4 yeses. And then they do another, then it goes through to the live round.
Yeah.
They choose who out of the 4 yes people get that, and they didn't choose me. Well, I'm not bothered, right? And I'll tell you why. Because I went on stage, and those 4 people there, and you two have both been on big stages, so you know what it's like. When you're doing a big stage, it's kind of less nerve-wracking than doing the Hampstead Theatre where you can see the audience. When you can't see them, you're in your own world. It's fine, but you can't see the audience. And this was at the London Palladium. You can't see them at all. But the 4 of those people, they're not in the audience. They're on the fucking stage, and they're lit.
Right.
They're lit brighter than you are.
Yeah.
Just imagine doing that, and you're staring right at them. And they're not just like 4 any old people. They're 4 of the most well-known faces in the world staring at you. Right? Yeah. And judging you, which is what they're meant to do.
Yeah. Literally judging you.
Yeah. Literally. And that was terrifying. But once I got Alicia up on the stage, you can kind of see it. If you look at it, it's on YouTube. If you have a look at it, right? So Neil Henry Spaghetti, so whatever, something like that, you'll find it. But you can kind of see the moment where you can see that I'm shitting myself at the beginning. I make a little dub up here and do a little joke with that. You can see I'm not comfortable.
Right.
And then once I've got Alicia up there on stage and I start taking the piss out of her, which a lot of it they cut out because maybe I was taking the piss too much. But then as soon as that I started relaxing and just feeling like I'm in my own space. It's my stage, Yeah. And then I came off stage. Guys, I've never been so buzzing coming off a stage.
Brilliant.
My life was like, just chill out, Neil. I was so excited because I'd done, and that was the moment I really realized, it was right. I was so scared of it. And I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I've never, since I've never been scared of any performance. I've done some weird ass shows since then. Mm-hmm. I don't get the stage fright anymore because every time I have that feeling, I just think, well, I did that. And you don't
on the biggest stage.
I think that the words of wisdom that I can share, and I don't have many, but this will be the one, is for everyone listening. Just do whatever scares you. Just do it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't jump off a building,
Of course. Yeah. In your career, don't try and conquer fear of heights.
Yeah.
Can I ask you this, Neil? I wanted to ask you, what got you into magic? What was it that started you off? Was you a young kid?
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, the boring answer is I got a magic set and I loved it and I learned all the tricks in there. And then a friend of mine at school called Ben Waite got the next magic set up, which had a bunch of flowers, from the sleeve.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm the fucking magician round here. But actually, the real answer was, my dad took me to a magic show when I was a kid, and he was called up on stage. And they got him up on stage, and he did, and it was funny, the guy was good. I mean, I don't remember, but he says, and so I was left in the audience on my own, and Dad was up on the stage, and he finished all his bits with him, whatever. Yeah, give him a round of applause as he goes back to his seat. So Dad goes back to his seat, and he's got the house lights on, and we're all clapping my dad coming down, and my dad comes down, and oh yeah, no, he says, excuse me, sir, before you get back to your seat, your keys. That's it. And Dad turns around and the magician's nicked his keys.
Right.
And so Dad goes back and he gets the keys and he's like, what? He's like walking back to the seat and everyone's going wild like this. And but he's not going, how do you get my keys? He's going, these aren't my fucking keys.
Really?
These aren't my
Whose keys had he nicked?
There were just some keys.
Oh, so it was just bullshit.
Yeah, anyway, so Dad gets back and he's looking at me and I know my dad's keys, because they had a whatever or it was on it. So I shout out and ruin the show. Excuse me, they're not Dad's keys.
Oh, no.
I'm the sort of audience member I hate. Anyway, I just remember that from that show that got me into it. But I've always loved it. And when I was an actor, I was always doing always doing magic just to either make money when I didn't have a job, which was a lot of the time, or just I just loved it. You know, when I used to live with Hannah and Sheridan, like they're some of my best memories of my life, man. And
because Hannah was in S Club 7. It's Hannah from S Club 7, just for the audience who don't know. I mean, so it was a proper entertaining house.
Who was also in a full circle story. Who was also in the first episode of Death in Paradise. I did as a guest in series 2 or 3, was it? Yeah. So Hannah was in that episode. So. I mean, this is the most insular conversation ever.
No, but it's still interesting.
Those days, I used to love, we whether it be you guys or we always had people around. We always had parties going on all the time.
Yeah.
And I used to just slip off, you know, whilst everyone's chatting there, and I go into my room and I go, what can I do? What can I do? And I find some little thing to make up a trick with or whatever, and I come down and I used to love that. And that, I guess that kind of, I just enjoyed the showing off.
I never.
Do you remember you used to be able to rob somebody's watch while you were in the middle of talking to them?
You used to rob loads of watches.
He's got fucking Rolexes all around his house, by the way. I haven't seen mine for 10 years.
I love that trick. Obviously, it's not really one that you can do at the moment.
A lot of the stand-up comedy is having a really tough time at the moment, obviously, because it's a live. It's an exclusively a live medium. Yeah. And there's a real worry that a lot of the venues are going to be closed. It's a real worry for the whole industry. But some stand-ups are experimenting with. Me and Will started this podcast, and the idea was we were going to be in a room together in a pub, and we'd sit around a table. And we did a few episodes, and then lockdown happened, and so we improvised and we switched it up, and here we are. Yeah. And you're saying that you're doing the same. Stand-ups are doing the same with their shows, and you're saying you're doing the same with your magic show. Do you think that when the world returns to some sense of normal, you might still be able to carry on this kind of remote Zoom or whatever version of stand-up? Do you think like a whole new genre of magic shows being created for this and might sustain?
So, and yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a new normal, right?
Absolutely, no question. I mean, look, put it this way: if I went to a gig, right, if I was doing a show at an event or something, and I was doing some close-up magic, and I went up with a pack of cards, certainly. I'll tell you this, if this happens any time from now for a year, and I went up to someone with a pack of cards and I said, pick a card, no, you know, who's going to touch a card?
No, yeah, true.
It's all right, mate. You pick yourself. I don't care.
Yeah, you're all right. Yeah, just tell me what it is.
Yeah.
Ace of Diamonds. That'll do.
Which is then, you know, it means. But then that's pushing the boundaries. It means instead of picking a card, you're gonna have to get someone to think of a card. Now that's cooler.
Yeah, you've done that loads of times to me. That baffles my head. We've been sat, you're just in a pub somewhere, and I've gone, and he's just gone, right, think of a card. And I went, what? And he said, just tell me a card. And I've told him, and he just pulled it out of his top pocket. And that's just wizardry. It just baffles me.
You're a simple fellow, though.
That's not simple. That's magic.
I don't know. I feel like
you are my favourite person in the world to do magic.
But do you know why?
Yeah, I bet he is.
Because do you know why? Because it makes me feel like a kid again. You know what I mean? Anything that I don't want to know how it's done. It just baffles me because you've got me, and I love that. That's what I was saying to Ralph before. The close-up magic is what it's all about. That's real skill. You know, I was saying to Ralph before, watching David Copperfield fly very uncomfortably across the pissing Grand Canyon isn't magic to me. That's bollocks.
Neil, you were saying before that you've had to come up with some entirely new ideas I mean, without like giving away, you wouldn't want you to give away any of your best stuff, but can you use us as guinea pigs to try out any of
Show us some magic, Neil,
on video stuff?
All right,
can you?
all right.
Let's get the monkey out.
and let me just stress, right? I feel very safe in this environment. Also, I'm fully aware that there is loads of people watching this that I have no idea, and they don't know who I am, and I don't know who they are. And so if this does fuck up, then fuck it. I'm doing this for you two, right?
Right. Okay. Plus, we can always edit it out. Don't worry. We've got you back.
It's staying in. Whatever happens is staying in.
Well, look, why don't we start with something nice, quick, and visual, with something that I have needed today since I chipped my tooth. Mm-hmm. I got some of these, you know.
Oh yeah.
It's got like a little string that goes across.
Yeah, a little
You've seen these
dental,
before, yeah?
dental flossing stick thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. Now, is that clear on the camera?
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready? What? Just keep your eyes on that. If I get it on my t-shirt, that's better, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close as possible so you can see.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah, that's not possible, mate. That's not possible.
What's happened?
That's not possible. Do you know what? If anything, that annoys me.
Yeah, no, go on.
Don't take your eyes off it, right?
Watch.
They're linked. Right, just try and make the light so it's not shining. Ready?
Yeah.
They're linked.
Yeah.
No, that's not possible either. You've
See what
annoyed
I'm
me.
saying?
You've annoyed me. I don't even like it, Will. I don't even like it. I'm angry.
I love that shit.
I'm angry.
That's wicked.
Will.
Yeah.
Before we do this, right?
What we doing?
I know you know this.
What?
But I want to stress this for. Actually, do you know what? Actually, I'm going to do this to Ralph just because you Will called me up and invited me on this. So I want to do it to Ralph just because we have had literally no. I haven't chatted to you since 2 pints.
No, I've not seen you for a long time.
All
10
right.
years. 10 years. Yeah.
So I'm going to do this to you, but this to everyone watching at home. I swear we have not prearranged anything.
No, we haven't prearranged anything. I swear on my life.
Okay. So we were talking about. I was saying instead of picking a card, no one's going to want to touch you. They have to think of a card.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I want you to think of a card now. But before you do, don't choose it yet. Don't choose it yet.
Okay.
This first, okay? 9 times out of 10, and most of the people watching right now are thinking he's going to choose the ace of spades. Right? That's what they're thinking right now.
Right.
I would say a lot of the girls that are watching or ladies that are watching will think of the Queen of Hearts, maybe the Ace of Hearts. They're quite popular. Just from asking people, that's what they say.
Right.
Now, that's all I'm going to tell you. Knowing that, and also knowing you can pick those ones if you want to, but just remember this. If you do pick those ones, remember you didn't have to.
Right.
Oh,
God. I'm really nervous. I'm really upset.
I'm excited. I can't sit still.
Name whichever one you say first. You ain't changing your mind, so you get one chance. Name a card.
8 of spades.
All right, not the ace. You want the 8.
8.
Inside. Watch this. Inside this box of cards. Inside here, there is.
Oh, stop it.
The 8 of spades.
Oh, behave. Oh, no, that's just one of many. Yes, inside it's the 8 of spades, yeah.
It is the 8 of spades, but that's not the trick.
Oh.
It's just a normal pack of cards. I thought you were showing me a whole pack of the 8 of spades. I was like, what?
It is a normal pack of cards. However, I've kind of modified it in a way. I'm just going to get rid of. I'm not even going to use the 8. Right? It's not even going to be there. On the back of the cards, I've just drawn a little picture. Sorry about this. Hang on, let me close the. Is that better?
Yeah. Go on.
A little man.
Yes, I can see it.
In a virtual theatre. And each one of these cards is ever so slightly different. Works like a flick book, and so it will tell a little story. And you said, don't forget, you said this one, the 8.
8 of spades.
Right. Have a look at this.
Yeah.
Little man.
Yeah.
And he takes off his hat. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
And he pulls out of his hat. Is it a rabbit? No, it's not a rabbit. It's a taco.
It's a taco, yeah.
Look, he's eating the taco. Oh, yummy, yummy. And look, it's repeating on him now. Look, he's bending over. A little bit of gas. They're always doing a little.
He's farting.
He's farting something out. Was he farting out? Is that a playing card? It is. He's farted out the 8 of spades.
Oh my God!
It's
No!
the story in real time.
Oh my God!
No, man.
Look
Stop it.
How's that even?
Okay, that's insane.
That's what I'm
How did
saying.
you do that?
Oh my God!
Oh, man. Stop.
Party magic.
Do you think it? Oh,
Fuck
my,
you, Neil.
That's unbelievable.
Fuck you, Neil. That's my response to that. Fuck you, Neil. I don't like it. It makes me very uncomfortable. I'm very insecure.
No, you see what
I
I'm
think I'm
saying?
above this shit.
That's unbelievable. That's what I'm talking about. Go on, Nelly. Man, do you know what my dad used to say to me? My dad used to say, I can do magic. And I'd say, can you, Dad? He'd say, well, I can't pull a rabbit out of an hat, but I can pull an hair out my ass.
I remember.
He used to say it all the time. It was my dad's favourite magic gag. And my dad would say it. Where's Neil? Let me go and tell him. Neil, I can do magic. Well, I can't pull a rabbit out of my hat, but I can pull an hair out my ass. Every time Neil was around.
Every week.
Oh, God.
Wait, guys,
Listen, I want to do one more thing. And the reason is because whenever I think I've thought of you, Neil, I always remember this funny, silly little detail of life. And maybe only I've remembered it and you guys haven't, but often it's many weeks you'd be in the audience. And so there'd be a studio audience in 2 Pints and we'd film a couple of scenes and then in between scene changes, like we'd have our microphone and we go, is everyone having a nice time? Chat. We go, we got some friends in the audience. Neil, are you out there? And you were like, way, and all that kind of thing. And I found out that you had one particular skill, an impression. And I got obsessed every week.
Oh my God.
I made you do a Chewbacca impression. Do you remember that? Why did I do that? What a dick. Every week I was like, Neil's here. He does a great Chewbacca impression. And after about 5 or 6 weeks, I could have audibly hear you go, you had to do it again. But since you're here, you're going to have to do a Chewbacca for me.
Then, so hang on. I don't even know what this is going to sound like.
Okay, fingers crossed.
But I do.
Just for old time's sake, Neil. Don't worry.
There we go. No, that's
that was it. Every week. I can't believe. Why did I make you do that?
We're still wheeling the performing monkey out. Get out there and perform.
Yeah, there we are.
Man, listen, it's been great having you on. I've got to go, man. I've got to have my tea. I'm starving.
Yeah. Where are you going, Will?
I'm going to. Well, I've got some tea in my kitchen. When I eat that, then I'm going to go to a beer garden.
Okay, I'm going to go and get me pool.
Well, it's all right. Good luck. Good for you.
What are you going to do, Neil?
What are you doing tonight, Neil?
He's going to eat some alphabeti spaghetti.
I'm actually doing some filming with the wife, so we're going to have some fun.
Good. Yeah. Well, listen, man. Thanks for coming on.
What a pleasure to catch up with you, man. I'm so glad everything's going well. You're killing it.
Thank you. And you guys, man. Really nice to see you, man.
Great seeing you.
Look forward to seeing you in real life when the world is back to normal.
Mwah.
Take care of yourself, pal.
You too.
See you later, dude.
Thanks,
Neil.
guys.
Bye, mate.
Bye. Thanks for having me on.